Oh, how sweet. Blessed with a supply drop as soon as we log in, eh? Why didn't it just grab the items? There we go. Man, this single snail is not producing me enough freaking organic polymer, man. I'm trying to make the cooker. I still need about 33 pieces. I don't think I have anything I can break down for that. I don't really have anything that'll give me organic polymer, I don't think. Man, that's kind of lame. I'll have to go out for obsidian again. Actually, I just realized I have a bunch of these. I can get obsidian from that. I think that may be all I have at the moment. Because I'm not breaking down my metal behemoth gates. No way, no way. But yeah, I can use these. See how much we get. I'm breaking down one. 40 obsidian. Yeah. Okay, we most definitely have enough now. Oh yeah. We've done it. Okay, let's see if we can replace the cooking pot with the cooker in the exact same spot. Oh no. The industrial cooker. Disable snapping. Oh no. It's a massive structure. Jesus Louise. That's not gonna work. I'm very happy to have this thing because I cannot wait to start crafting a lot of stuff with it. Which I'm gonna start doing as soon as possible. What do I have? The stone ceiling, stone quarter. Yeah. Just like that. Should be able to place this down now. Yes, let's go. This is awesome. This thing right here is a game changer. Now, this thing, as you can see, can be connected to a water supply. As you can see, it says water 1,000, or no, that's 10,000. And it is irrigated because it is connected to our water tanks just above us. And now we no longer have to put water jars in the industrial, or in the cooker. Turn it on. It does require a generator for power, of course. And I'm going to disable auto craft because I don't want it to craft random things. Go to consumables, crafted foods. It's got all the same stuff. It makes all the same things. It just makes them, a lot faster. So this is awesome. And now that we have this placed, oh, I was about to say I'm probably gonna make some veggie cakes because my snail is running out, but never mind. We already have some in here, so well, I am gonna make more because I'm gonna place the other snails. So I'm gonna place the. Oh shoot! Why'd I do that? Dang it! And it has 80 slots instead of the 12 on the cooking pot, so it's so much better. But I'm gonna craft a bunch more vegetable cakes because I want to have all 4 of my snails out, producing cementing paste and polymer for me. Well, they don't. It's not cementing paste when it comes from them. It's acatina paste, but I'm gonna have them producing more paste and polymer. So I'm gonna put 3 more cages down and put the other 3 snails out here with some more vegetable cakes. Look at that. Oviraptor coming in clutch with the eggs. I got 2 penguin eggs I could hatch. This is how I decided to place the snails. They're all in cages right here in the room with everything else. I am going to tame more because I do want them to create me a crap ton of polymer and paste So I'm probably going to have them just going all along this wall right here as well. I've got the 2 penguin eggs in the incubator. They are both female. So that's awesome. I don't know why, but the penguins are only laying female eggs, which is crazy. Have not gotten a male yet, which I am really enjoying because I'm gonna put these to use. So the females, I'm gonna have more females, which means more eggs. So that's awesome, and more polymer. Back to raising our baby gator. It's at 7.5%. All right, I've filled this thing up completely with a bunch of stuff to make the vegetable cakes. And now we're just gonna craft away. Look how fast it is compared to the cooking pot. This thing is amazing. It's just going. It's so awesome. Okay, now we've run out of something. Let's see. We're out of sap. Okay. Well, that's the end of that then. For now, because we don't have any more sap. And I can now put these on the snails. It's gonna divide this up. This one already has 5. The rest of them have 3. All right, 27 minutes on the penguin eggs. How are you coming along? 7.8%. It's gonna have an imprint request in an hour. All right, so outside the base now. I gotta go on a run for some meat because that baby gator is just running through all of our food supply. It is like completely eating everything. It still has some meat in its inventory, but it's got like the last of what we had. So I'm just gonna go out with this Karcha, kill a bunch of things, collect some meat. This thing is terrible. It is taking so long to kill anything. But that is to be expected. It is a very low level Karcha, so it's cool. Jeez. Okay, we got quite a bit so far. Just gonna keep going until like this thing is like pretty loaded up on its weight. And then I'll take it all back to base and get it cooked. Hopefully our little gator survives until we make it back. Look at all the creatures that are just piled up over here. This is like Kill City. And we have hit our maximum blood rage. Man, having one of these is just so much fun. Even if it's a low level, you can still have just so much fun with the Karcher. It's just an amazing creature. Nice. We are going to be set for a while. And just like that, it is time to head back to base with all that we have gathered. This is a really good view. Check this out. Beware of fall damage. In case I've never included it in this video or in any of my videos, if you're falling from a high place on a creature, all you have to do is dismount the creature before it touches the ground. If you do that, it won't take fall damage. I think you still take some fall damage, but just do it just before it touches the ground and you'll be fine. Let's get all of this. Oof. We got lots. We are so good for a while. Oh yeah. Oh man, we're gonna need a third grill. I don't even know if I have any more grills. I don't think I do. Not at the moment. Nope. I do not. I'll have to make another one eventually. Let's get all of this stuff out of here. Okay. Oh, we came back just in time. We got 2 new baby female penguins. Oh, look at that, a male. First time we ever get one of those. So we have a male now. Okay. Our first male. The males we aren't going to keep. The males we're going to use for polymer. So I'm going to kill it when it's born and just collect some organic polymer from it. Or maybe I'll just cryo it until I need it or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, we got 2 new baby penguins. Let's keep an eye on these. We actually were able to finally raise another one, as you can see. We have 2 females over here now instead of the one. We finally pulled off raising a child. It is super hard. And it sounds like we have a supply drop over here. Ooh, it's a gold one. That is awesome. What do we get? Okay. Nothing too crazy. Those blueprints will be useful eventually, I think. Maybe. We'll see, we'll see. I'm super close to level 90 now, which means I'll be able to ride my radio nether real soon. I did see an alpha raptor when I was just out on the Karcha. So, I'm probably going to go and track that thing down. Take care of it, and maybe that'll boost me to level 90 if it's a high enough level. And if not, at least it'll put me closer. Okay, the alpha is still here. Only a level 10. Not very impressive. Well, won't be getting much XP from that, but it's all good. Okay, this guy has officially reached juvenile state, which is awesome. He's going to be eating from the feeding trough now. So I'm going to have to make sure I keep that filled up with jerky. We've got both of these industrial preserving bins making us some jerky right now. And this thing eats so much, so I'm pretty sure it's probably going to just burn through all of this food. So we may have to end up going out for even more at some point. But I'm going to keep an eye on it. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to go ahead and expand the base some more again today. I'm going to do this side now. Same as when I did that over there. Only difference is this side I'm going to make much taller. I'm going to make it taller for the big carnivores like the Giga and the Karcha. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna work on that a little bit, and hopefully, just like building all the wall pieces and everything will like help us reach level 90. We'll see. We'll see. Just imprint. Oh wow, we got 50% just from that. That's awesome. That means we'll only have to do imprint twice, and then after that we can just let it grow and not have to really worry about it too much. So that's awesome. 5 hours for another one. Okay, so I hatched the male baby penguin, and I just let it sit there and starve until it died. And I'm gonna use this moss chops because, in case you don't know, the moss chops has harvesting levels that you can use just like the theory. Um, so for this thing, you can make it get additional harvesting on many different types of resources. For this one, I just put all of the points into polymer harvesting and all of its stat points into melee damage, obviously. And then you just collect. I think it doesn't work because I didn't claim the baby. Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay. Alright, well, apparently I have to claim the baby first next time. This corpse we cannot collect. Yeah, we can't harvest that. Okay. Well, next time we know. We have to claim the baby and then let it die. Lesson learned. Okay, so I tamed a new Argy. I wasn't recording, but when I was in the cold region, I was trying to help somebody else tame an Argy actually, but they ended up, um, I don't know, they ended up giving up on like the taming process. Some random person that was like in the chat on the game, they were like, "Hey, can someone help me tame an Argy?" And I was like, "Sure, where you at?" And so I went over to help them, but I don't know. I guess they just decided they didn't want it anymore or something. But um, they got tired of looking. I continued looking because there were just so many Argies around, and this one, of course, was standing out because it's all freaking golden and things. So I looked at it. It was level 145, and I was like, you know what? I might as well tame it for myself. This, the other person obviously didn't want to continue on, so I was just like, whatever. Knocked it out, tamed it, and I'm gonna compare its stats to my other two. Wait, 29, 93 health. It's got 1020 stam. The weight is 680. 360 melee. Okay. So let's see. Probably gonna raise an Argy from, one of these. So I've got two males and one female now. 2701, 2920, 2993. Okay, he has the highest health. 1020 stamina. That one has the highest stamina. This one has the highest weight. 360 melee. This guy has more melee. Okay, we're gonna have to play around with the breeding a bit to get all these stats combined onto one female. Enable mating. Okay, so since I'm preparing to like start mating or breeding these Argies, basically our goal is to get all the best stats on one bird. And the way you do that is by first you have to make sure you're keeping up with these stats like I did in the beginning. Just typing down all of its original stats. Yeah. Not just every single stat if you don't want to maintain every single stat, just the stats that you really care about. So on the RGs, I only care about health, stamina, weight, and melee. So what I did was I used Dodo Dex, the app, and I went on my phone and I typed in the Argy. I typed in Argentavis, and when it comes up, there's a cool thing that you can do on Dodo Dex where basically you can type in the level of your creature and you can type in individually all of its original stats, and it'll tell you how many points the creature has in that stat. So I've already done that with this one. I typed in all of this one's original stats on Dodo Dex, and it showed me that this bird has 32 points in health, 22 points in stamina, 31 points in weight, 48 points in melee. And now I'm doing the same for this one. I'm typing in the stats, and then I'm going to change its name to what the points are, and I'm going to do the same with this one as well. And the reason I'm changing them to the amount of points in a certain stat versus what the stat actually was is because when you go to the egg incubator, it shows you how many points are in a stat, not what the stat actually is. You see at the top it says 26 health. That means this creature has 26 points in its health, but its health is not 26, obviously. Its health is going to be 589. So 26 points in health for a penguin means that it has 589 health. So I'm just changing the names of the birds so it can make breeding easier for me, comparing them to what we get in the incubator. Alright, so now that we have each one of their stat points taken down, I'm going to go place this egg and a couple of the other eggs I have in the incubator and compare them to what the stats of the parents are, just to see what we can get as far as the stat combinations. Now there's a 50-50% chance that the baby can have the good stats or the bad stats. So we'll start to see that when we look into the incubator. I only have one egg. Okay. Dang it. I just remembered I used all the other eggs last night when I made kibble for that new Argy that I just tamed. Jesus Christ. I should have used the unfertilized one, so well. Okay, here we go. So this one, oh, well, we gotta look at it like this. This has 35 health. It's 32 health. Which one is this? Slot 3. Okay. 35 is the good health. I should probably move the incubator to like in here or something, right? Because I'm trying to compare. Okay, let me see. So this one's got 35 health, 38 stamina, 36 stamina, 32 health. Um, so far this one already has better stats: 35, 38, 32, 36, 31, 37, 31, 46. Oof. This one's got better melee, and that's it actually. It's just got better melee. 35, 38, 31, 37. And then there's this one: 32, 36, 31, 46. Hmm. Okay, so I just realized something. This RG right here says that it has 38 points in stamina. 38 points in stamina. That's a mutation. The highest stamina between these two birds, which are the ones that we just mated, is 36. This one has the highest stamina between the two. It's 36. This one has 22. So that means we have a stamina mutation on the first egg. It's got 38 points in stamina. That's a stamina mutation. And it does say, where it says parents on the female's name, it does say one mutation. I didn't even realize that. Okay. I'm probably not going to keep either of these eggs though, just simply because I want the stats to come to be matched up perfectly. I want like all the best stats. Um, so I'm probably not going to keep either of these. Well, let me check again. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, neither of these even got the stamina. Now, if you wanted to like destroy the egg, if you didn't want to keep the creature, you can just click it and then press crack egg, or it says destroy. But I'm not going to destroy the eggs because I am going to keep them for kibble, at least. You know, we can still make use of them, but we're not going to hatch either of those. I used a bunch of fertilized eggs last night to tame that new Argy, and now I'm really wishing I would have used the unfertilized eggs. Oh man, kind of screwed myself with that, but oh well. Okay, so I'm starting to think I need more dung beetles. These dung beetles are producing me a good amount of oil, the two that I have, but we're burning through so much oil in the industrial preserving bins every day. Um, I'm gonna need more. So I might have to go back into a cave. Okay, so since we are not having any way of collecting sap at the moment, I've decided it is time to make a tree platform. And these things are used in the redwoods. They can only be attached to the giant redwood trees, and they have a very special purpose, which I will show eventually. I'm going to craft two of these, I think, depending on how many sap taps I have. Oh yeah, we have 8. Okay, yeah. So you use the tree platforms to collect sap from the redwood trees. Well, you don't have to have a tree platform, but it makes it easier. I have 8 tree sap taps, so I'm going to use 2 platforms because you can put 4 on a single spot on a tree. So we're going to do that. Let's see, we need lots of stone, wood, cementing base through fiber. Okay, so we got the 2 tree platforms. They are very heavy structures. As you can see, each one weighs 90 pounds. So I'm going to take that and my sap taps. Why do I have arrows in there? No idea why there's arrows in there. Okay, you know what, whatever. Ooh, I probably need to take some ammo just in case. Because we are going into the redwoods and it's a very dangerous place. So, definitely going to take my gun and some ammo. How are these penguins looking? Just make sure these things don't starve. I'm debating on if I should like put them in cryo or not while I'm out. I wouldn't want them to starve, of course, because you know that's already happened so many times with the penguins. I think they'll be all right. Okay. So we finally left our base. We are heading out to the redwoods so we can place these tree platforms and our sap taps. We are not too far from the redwoods with where we're based at. It's just straight ahead. Okay, here we are. Now, as you can see, people already have platforms here. So we won't be able to place any of our platforms in the area where theirs are. So we'll have to find a tree that's unoccupied to be able to place our platforms. Because you can't place structures too close to other players' structures. So I'm just gonna fly around and look for a tree that is maybe not too close to these. Maybe like off to the side or something. Let's see. Here seems good. Somebody else has got some platforms over there too. But I mean, this area right here looks free. So we'll try here. Nice. Okay. So there's our 2 platforms. And now we just place the sap taps. Oh, what the hell? Hey, those stupid little bugs. Yep. Okay, well, whatever. They're stuck under there, so it's fine. Okay. Anyway, so once you get up here, you just place the sap taps. You can place 4 on a single, like, spot on a tree. It's 2, 3, 4. So I got 4 of them here. And then we go up. And we can place 4 more up here. And I got these sap taps out of supply drops. Usually I'd be finding like 1 or, you know, yeah, I'll probably get like 1 out of a drop somewhere every once in a while, but I've saved up enough to eventually have 8. So there we go. 8 sap taps. And now what you do with these is you just come to them. My game is like not accessing the inventory. Okay. Anyway, not sure what's up with the sap tap I was trying to access, but basically you just go into the inventory like this, and over time there will be sap that appears right here that is collected from the tree. And you do have to collect it occasionally because it will only stack up to like 20 or 30, maybe 20. I think it stacks up to 20. At 20, it fills up and it's not going to collect anymore. So, you've got to make sure you come collect the sap. Otherwise, it will no longer continue collecting any. And each one is going to hold 20. I'm going to try to replace these because I'm not sure why they weren't. Something's wrong with these. It won't allow me to access these sap taps. I might try a different tree because I don't know why it's doing that. 2 of the sap taps aren't working for some reason. Now I'm going to check the other ones. Same issue here. Okay, so 3 of the sap taps are not accessible for whatever reason. I think we're going to try a different tree. Okay, picked up my sap taps. This fall is going to hurt. Maybe I can jump on my pteranodon quickly. We'll see. Oof. Nice. Now hopefully I can do that again because there is a Carno like right below us. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna try a different tree and see if it makes a difference. Okay, so I'm not sure what the issue is, but some of them were still inaccessible on the new tree. So luckily the tree that I'm on right now, I placed the platforms and it kind of touches a second tree. So I placed all the ones that I could access on the tree, and the ones I could not access, well, it was just one this time. I placed it on this second tree right there, so I can still come and access this one. Geez, if I can still come access this one on the second tree, and then still get to all the other ones on this tree. So just had to do it like that. And anyway, eventually we'll come back and there will be some sap there for us. And we are currently going on another meat run. Okay, now, while I was on my meat run, I did reach level 90, which is amazing. We were waiting on that for sure. I think I'm going to go back into putting points into my fortitude, maybe. I'm debating on whether or not I should put more points into fortitude or into like weight. But I like doing fortitude. I might do like a little mix of both going forward. Yeah, we got lots of meat. And I did see a level 130 Therizinosaur, so well, actually, I'm not going to tame that. I just decided I'm not going to tame that. I was thinking I was probably going to tame it, but I'm like, nah. I'd rather have a 150, honestly. Anyway. Oh, right. Okay, let's put all this stuff in here. Raising this gator is such a chore, bro. It's eating up like all the food. It's eating up so much food. I had to put just regular cooked meat in the feeding trough because it's just burning through all the jerky. There isn't that much jerky left, so I had to fill it with like cooked meat. And we got a little organic polymer. So I'm gonna see how much do I need to make the another preserving bin. 200. Oh, okay. Nowhere near that. Just gonna store this on our snail. I really need some sap soon because we gotta make more veggie cakes. But now that we're level 90, I can make the Uranianatha saddle. So I'm gonna do that in just a moment. Okay, so now that we can make the Uranianatha saddle, I'm gonna go ahead and craft one of those because we definitely need to get this thing like on the move ASAP. Look, it requires 60 polymer. That's hilarious. We literally have exactly that. 60 organic polymer. Let's go. So perfect. Okay, so there's the polymer. What else do we need? Saddles. We need crystal, hide, and metal ingots. I'm going to track this on my screen. Oh, and some fiber. Okay. We need 150 metal ingots, 30 crystal, fiber, hide. Okay. Fiber. And the hide, we need 150. Do I have any like half stacks or something? Oh, okay. Okay, this should be everything. This is amazing. I've been waiting for this for so long. Jeez, man. We are finally making our way. We got our industrial cooker. We got the Uranianatha saddle. We are really coming up. Let's see, 27, 24. Okay, now. I'm going to show you all the cool things Uranianatha can do in case you're unaware or unfamiliar. Let's see. Let's get our dough diggers because we're gonna need some stone soon anyway. All right, so check this out. It's got 52 levels. We're probably gonna increase some stamina, of course. I want lots of stamina on this thing. That's probably gonna be it for now. I don't want to waste too many points at the moment. So I'm just gonna upgrade it as I play to see like what I want to put more points in. But it can pick up the dough diggers. Don't know why I didn't just do that. There we go. The way you pick up a creature with the Uranianatha is by pressing, holding R1 and pressing L2. Oh, there it goes. So you hold R1. It's going to bring up like a little crosshair. And then you just tap R2 and it picks up the creature. And then you don't have to hold R1 anymore once you've already got it in your hand, or once you've already got it picked up. You just fly around with it, and you drop it the same way. You just hold R1 and press R2. It will drop. Um, Another thing this thing can do is it can fly any direction, which a lot of flyers cannot. It can fly forward, backward, side to side. Like you can literally do like spins with it and just like it can hover like this. It'll just stay like a stationary. Even if you dismount, like I'm not even riding the Radionantha technically at the moment, but it will still just stay hovering wherever you leave it, like this. So that's pretty cool. It's another useful thing. Like if you were trying to gather something from like a high place, um, like say if I had to collect something off the edge of this cliff ledge or something, I would just dismount like that. I'm still in the air, grab whatever I need to grab, and then back on the radio and we fly away. Um, so that's another thing that it can do. It also has a fear, like a scare ability to scare certain, like scare creatures away. Because this is like one of the biggest and baddest creatures on the game. It could scare other things off, like this raptor. And as you can see, it's running away. And the way you do that is just by pressing R3. Press R3 to do the taunt. And let's see. Another thing you can do is shoot resin. I'm going to show you real quick. Here we go. We got some resin here. Oh, let's grab this out of here. Okay. Okay, so the resin, you get resin by putting sap in the Rhinognatha's inventory. Once you place sap in the Rhinognatha's inventory, it will automatically convert it to resin. And resin is something that only the Rhinognatha can use. It uses it like ammo, pretty much. It's like bullets that it can fire. So if you hold L2, it will shoot little resin bullets like that. And if you, let's see, all right, there are instructions or controls on the right side of the screen. It says to toggle resin armor, you would hold R1 and click R3. So this is your resin armor. This makes your defense higher. Makes the Rhinognatha a little harder to kill because it's like encased in a hard shell of resin. You press the same thing to deactivate it. All these things, all these abilities, you do have to have resin for. It says to toggle resin ammo, you press R or you hold R1 and press L2. So that just changed our shooting style from the resin pellets to like a resin rocket, which you hold L2 and press. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay, you just tap R2 to shoot a rocket. The rockets use 3 resin instead of just 1. The pellets use 1 resin every time. Now with the rockets though, you can hold L2 and it'll lock on to a creature like that. And then you can fire it. Okay. And with the rockets, you can make a creature like, you can get a creature like stuck, like encased in the resin. And then the other ammo type is the bombs. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, it changes where it says resin. It shows every time you change the ammo type, there's needle, rocket, and then bomb. I think the bomb require like 10 resin or something. Oh, 5. Okay. So the bomb is harder to aim. but it basically leaves like a sticky residue on the ground, and it does a lot of damage. But it requires 5 resin every time you use it. And like if a creature steps in that, it starts to get stuck, as you can see. Once those circles fill up, it is fully encased in the resin, so it can't move. We can attack it, and it's still taking damage over time from the resin as well. And it can't do anything to defend itself because it's encased in resin. So it's just going to be stuck like that. And we can just attack it freely until those circles run out. So that's all the ammo types. And then I already showed you how to carry things. I already showed you the taunt. And of course the melee is just R2. It attacks faster when it's just on ground, on its feet, because it attacks with both like its front arms like that. But when you're in the air, it attacks like this. So yeah, it deals more damage when it's on the ground because it'll hit with both arms like separately. But yeah, those are all of the Ranioneth's abilities. So I'm gonna use this thing real quick now to collect some stone around here with the Doedicurus, because we definitely need some. Oh, make sure you're watching your stamina. This thing burns stamina quickly, like using all of its abilities and things like that. It can run out of stamina pretty quick. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on the stamina. And because this is such a low level, it's not going to be great, but that's all right. They are omnivores as well, so they eat meat or berries, doesn't matter. So that's also very helpful. And I'm just going to fly around with this Doedicurus now, and we're going to collect some stone. Okay. The thing I forgot to mention is you can use weapons while on the back of the Ranionetha. So like I can be sitting on the back of it and still have my gun. You can still use your crossbow, pickaxe, whatever, pike. So it's cool because if you're like chasing something in the air, if you're Ranionetha, if it's like far ahead of you and you're like trying to catch up, you could easily just like still shoot it down while you're like flying or whatever. Even though the Ranionetha is the fastest creature on the island in the air, so there isn't really much that you would be chasing down that would like escape you, unless it's just like got a great head start. But now we have an easier way of getting around and collecting materials and doing all types of other things, so this is great. Just collecting some stone so I can start my construction soon. And the rhinos do get slower when they're carrying something though, so you know, this thing's moving really slow right now because of the weight. Probably just gonna put like a point or two in there so we can move a bit quicker. Oh my, okay. Another thing I forgot to mention is when you're flying on the Ranionetha, if you want to just, if you simply just want to descend without like moving, you know, instead of just like doing like this to go to the ground, if you're in the air and you just want to go straight down, you just click R3 and it'll just descend in place. So, you know, just clicking R3 just makes it go straight down like that. So you don't have to like fly direct, you know, you don't have to move too much while flying or descending. Another thing the Rhino can do is clear out trees just by sprinting, because it's such a massive bug. Now, if you're just walking like this, it's gonna get blocked by a tree branch or a tree stump, whatever, a log. But if you sprint, it knocks over the trees like that. So they'll easily get out of your way instead of you being stopped by the trees. And another thing, it does it when it's flying as well. So if you're flying and you're flying through trees, it will just easily clear the trees out of your way. This is good for if you want to clear an area and you probably don't want to like collect all the wood from the area, or you know, if you're just trying to see and you need the trees out of the way, you can easily knock them over like that. If you're not sprinting while flying, it will still get stuck by the trees. As you can see, the trees are still holding me back, but as soon as we start using our sprint, it just goes to knock them over. So just a little thing I was sharing. There were a lot of trees all right here, and I just cleared them out just by flying with the Ranionetta, just so I can collect the stone with the dough diggers. So I'm just clearing these trees. I'm gonna collect more stone here. So I just wanted these trees out of the way, and I remembered to share that tip. So there you go. These are all of the Ranionetha's abilities. Oh, well, not all of them. There's even more. There's even more. It can land on water like this. It can move on the water. It can stay on top of the water like so. It doesn't drain any stamina. Just sitting on top of the water. You can sit on top of the water and it will regain its stamina. So if you're flying over the ocean, you're like your rhino's running out of stamina and you have to land, it's okay. You can land on the water. However, creatures in the water can still attack you, just like that piranha. Piranhas will attack anything, they don't care. So if you're landing on the ocean, you can still get attacked by a shark or by eels or whatever. The Ranionetta can also go into the water, just like this. It is an excellent swimmer. It does swim pretty quick, as you can see. Just make sure you watch the oxygen on the Ranionetta, which this one has over 1200, so it's pretty good. It'll stay under the water for a while. And watch your own oxygen, of course. And because this is actually a land creature, not a sea creature, it will like float up to the surface whenever you try to, or whenever you dismount while underwater. You can make it go up just by clicking, just by going up, looking up and going up. And you can make it descend just by clicking R3, just like you descend in the air. Yeah. And then when you dismount while underwater, it will float to the surface. So beware of that. If you're like deep in the ocean and you dismount your rhino, it is going to leave you behind under the water. So be careful. Let's get back on. Now, if you whistle for your Ranionetta to follow you and you go underwater, it will follow you under and it will stay with you. So it won't abandon you while you're under the water. So like if you're deep in the ocean and you're like collecting like pearls or something on the ocean floor, you have to make sure your Ranionetta is following you so it will stay with you. If not, it's just going to float away to the surface and you're going to be abandoned at the bottom of the ocean. So be careful with that. And be careful that you don't make your Ranionetta drown.